my name is Jenna Hudson, and today we will be learning how to make pasta from scratch. So before we begin, there are a few ingredients that you do need. First, we need flour, eggs, and a mixing bowl. So we are going to start and measure out 3/4 of a cup of flour, just all-purpose flour. And this is actually 1/4 of a cup, so we're going to do 3 of these. Move that over. 2. And now we are going to make a well in the center of the flour. You want to have high sides. And you want your well to have high sides, so just push it around the edge of the bowl. Then we are going to crack our egg into the center of the well. As you are mixing, the flour will fall from the sides, and eventually you will end up with this. So from here we are going to work this dough a little bit, and then we are going to take it out of the bowl and put it on a surface to knead until it is smooth. Eventually you will end up with a smooth surface that looks like this. Next you will need saran wrap, and we are going to take the dough and wrap it in plastic wrap for 40 minutes. Then you will need to get your rolling pin ready. Okay, so now that the dough has had a chance to rest, we are going to roll it out and make the noodles. Okay, so we are going to cut this into 4s and take out 1/4 and wrap the rest up so it does not dry out while we're working on this. Okay, so we want our surface to be lightly floured, and then we are going to grab a rolling pin and flour it lightly as well and roll this out until we get a very thin noodle, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so after we have rolled it out for a little bit, it's going to look similar to this. It does not have to be perfect. That is definitely the key to homemade pasta, is that you want it to not be perfect so people know that you made it homemade. Okay, so we have this thin strip, and we're actually just going to cut this into strips, and you can do the strips as little or as big as you like. So for me, I kind of like more thicker noodles because I like to be able to taste the bite. So we're just going to cut this into little strips, and then we are going to set it aside and go ahead and roll out the rest of the pasta. Okay, so after you have rolled out all of the pasta and cut it, you are going to be left with your pile of pasta. You need to make sure you cook it immediately because if not, it will dry out. So we have a pot of boiling water here, and we are going to salt it very heavily. You actually want to salt your water after it starts boiling because it makes it harder to boil when you put salt in before it's boiling. So just a little tip for you. Now we are going to drop this pasta in and cook it for about 3 to 5 minutes depending. You want to always test your pasta, see if it's cooked to your liking, but fresh pasta does not take very long. So we're going to drop this in here and let it cook. Okay, so after the pasta has boiled for about 3 to 5 minutes, we are going to go ahead and pull the pasta out and put it in a separate bowl. Okay, so after you've taken your pasta out of the water, you want to go ahead and immediately top it with sauce or whatever you like. So we have red sauce here, white sauce here, and then we have actually butter and Parmesan cheese, which is what we are going to go with. So you just take a couple tabs of butter, however much you like, and drop it in the pasta, mix it around and let your butter melt, and then we are going to dump it immediately into the bowl. And top it with Parmesan cheese. We are now ready to serve. And that's how we make fresh homemade pasta.